Okay, hopefully I've sorted out the sound problem we had. Right, I've already drawn these out so as it takes saves a bit of time. We're doing two types of head. We're going to do the straight on with the egg shape type head first. Now, what I've done with these three down here is as in the reference for the eyes, we're going to decide whether we want the adult type eye up here, you want the teenager eye, which is bigger but placed more in the middle, or you want the child's eye, which again is quite big but placed underneath the line. Plus, when you're doing the child's face, the cheek should come out more around here and around here, and the head is actually just a bit lower. And with the adult, the nose and the mouth are further apart. So you've got the adult here, teen here, and the child there. Okay, so here's our main face here, which, as you can see, I've already roughly sketched out. Now we've got our egg shape, and what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to add a slight indent like that on either side. And bring our line, the actual line, when we draw it, we're going to draw it very soft so it's easy to rub out. So you might not even be able to see that line on the video. By the way, this pencil I'm using, it's a mechanical pencil, so it's just, don't have to bother with sharpeners, just keep clicking it. Okay, what we'll do is we'll go for the teenager one here. So we're going to place our eyes. Our eyes are going to be pretty big, and we're just going to do standard eyes. Now, when you draw in the eye, and for this we're only doing basic eyes, so you've got basically the top lid, the bottom lid, one side, other side of the eye. Then what you want is you want a nice big white spot there, so another white spot here, and then the centre of the eye goes round like that. Now you shade all this in, which we'll quickly do. That's going to be shaded in quite dark. I'll just make that a little bit bigger there. And now this part of the eye, what we want to do is go over it gently like this, working your way down. Keep your lines nice and close together. Okay, do that on both sides. And then do again, nice and gently go over it. To about 3/4 of the way. And again over it. So the first one comes all the way down to the bottom here. So that's number one. Second one comes back to there. Third layer comes to about there. Fourth layer there. So and again we've gone a bit more heavier this time. So there, so you've got different shades of the eye, and around the top of the eye here we'll darken that. And we'll add our eyelashes. Smaller or bigger one in between. The same here. And about 3 eyelashes coming off of there. And then just go over, just keep going over this one until you've got it really dark. And you may want to get your rubber. Well, I'm going to use the putty rubber because these lines were done really light. The putty rubber will rub them out very easy. You can get a putty rubber at most art supplies. If it's not called a putty rubber in your country, just telling you want a rubber that you can shape, and the art supplies should know what you mean. Okay, so we'll come back to here now, and shaping the eye. We want a nice big, what's down there, it's round. Simply draw that in. And you could even go as far as to do this where you get a couple of layers. So as you know, you've got like, that's layer 2, that's layer 3, that's layer 4. Around again. And add our top lid. A bit dark with that. Eyelashes off there. Now, depending on how you want your character to look, depends on how you do your. A lot of the time is how you do your eyebrows. I'll get your words out. So, if we were doing an angry type look, we'd have the eyebrows up like that. Quite worried. Confused. So you can shape the eyebrows in any way you want. And what we're going to do with this one is this one's going to be a bit worried, so we're going to do the eyebrows. Now we don't just do a straight line like that. Okay, it's lots of little lines. Okay, as you do the eyebrow. Again here. You'll find out that you tend to do one eyebrow better than the other. Right, nose placement, so I want it about here. Now the mouth, rather than just do our your typical manga mouth like you've got there, what we're going to do is we're going to add a slight curve on it, because this manga is not very sure about whatever they're dealing with, and we're going to add two. Perhaps I should draw that bigger. I'll just rub that out. Okay, so got like a sad looking mouth there. Just get rid of that other bit that we've drawn. And from this point here, you want sort of like half a heart shape, as you get that sort of shape. And underneath, again, we want the sad look, but only like a quarter of this big one, and just shade it down to a point. Shade these in. So you've got a sad looking mouth. And here, but the mouth, remember, the manga mouths, they're quite small, so you've got to keep your mouth nice and small. It just don't look right with a big mouth. And just like we did at the top, shading it down. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this for a minute while I'm recording, and then we're going to come back to it, because I'm going to colour in, shade in all these. I'm going to remove these the line-up lines. If you've done them nice and gentle, they'll be very easy to remove. And like I said, if you've got a putty rubber, you can shape it and then use it in the tighter spaces. You can clean up these reflections.